Welcome back to today's Home Hint from Border Home Inspection. Today I want to talk about well water and some of the perils that you face with well water. So a lot of times people buy an acreage that have lived in town or a city for their whole life, and they move out to an acreage and they notice right away that the water is different. Sometimes it's really smelly, sometimes it has tannins in it, it's got discoloration, sometimes it's just hard, and it's just when you have a shower it's a total different feeling. Sometimes you can't drink it. So it's important when you get a home inspection that you ask the home inspector to do a chemical analysis on the water. Some people don't want to spend the extra $150. That's what I charge. That covers the lab fee of $104. But they check for about 15 different parameters in the water. And sometimes it's obvious, like it is on this acreage, that should be done. Other times not so much. And sometimes it might even be a waste of money, but you end up having a better understanding of the quality of the water when you get it tested. We're not talking about E. coli and coliform. That's a different thing. That is testing for bacteria in the water that could make you sick. So most of the time that's not there, but there are chemicals and impurities in the water that just make it uncomfortable, And I'll show you what I mean here. So I just filled this tub up because I couldn't get the jets to work. I still haven't done that. I haven't been able to troubleshoot why they won't come on. But look at the water. Quality is not so good. Now, this house is vacant, so it's possible that that'll wash itself out. But the fact that it's there in the first place tells me that something is in the water that's causing it to deteriorate, in its aesthetics at least. Do I know what it is? No, I don't. It could be manganese or magnesium, but I'm not an expert in that. So that's why we send it to the lab, and we try to get them to tell us what's in the water. And I always say that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that go on with water treatment. You have to make sure that you're getting the treatment equipment you need. A lot of companies will come out and they'll do their little on-site testing, and that's fine, but that's not as good as sending it to a lab like the Saskatchewan lab, where they will test all the different parameters of the water, the conductivity, iron, sulfates, tannins, you name it, iron. So anyway, when you get that information back, you can say, okay, so then you bring that to your water guy and you say, okay, here's the things that are out of the norm, and I want to be able to treat these things. What equipment do I need to do that? So almost every time I go into a house, I see a water softener. Well, softener is good, but it only does one thing. It might take a little bit of iron out, but not much. So in this case, you can see that there's some other issues here too with iron possibly. So